I'm going to divide this recipe of a mango parfait into 2 to 3 components. Now this is a very simplified recipe because though it's a French classic dessert, this is a 100% vegetarian recipe. The classic recipe uses egg whites and spirit. Now egg whites need to be puffed, it needs to be aerated, and that becomes the second component. Now we're going to omit all of that and land in straight into cream, which is going to be whipped. Now whether you use dairy cream or any industrial cream, that's absolutely perfect. But let's understand what a parfait is. Parfait is classically a frozen dessert. Now you may ask or you may wonder, how is it different from an ice cream? Because ice cream is also frozen dessert. Now whether you call this a frozen mousse or call this an aerated ice cream, I leave it to you and your understanding. Let's begin with mango vanilla custard to begin with. First things first, cold milk in a pan, followed by a thickener, in this case cornstarch. Now this recipe technically also uses a custard which is aerated, and then of course it's enriched. Custard, cornstarch. Let's mix this well and ensure that it's lump free. To this, I'm going to add in vanilla essence. You can also add in vanilla extract or fresh beans, and along with this, fresh mango pulp. Let's turn the flame on and allow this to cook on medium flame for 2 to 3 minutes till this custard becomes nice and thick. Also, the cornstarch will start getting cooked. You can give this custard a quick check and try to understand how much of sugar is really required in this custard. Also, please understand, after anything cools down, the sugar becomes lesser. So at this stage, even if the sugar is slightly more, it's absolutely perfect. Let's add in like a tablespoonful of sugar, and I think that should be perfect. Let's stir this, and like I said, allow the cornstarch to get cooked and thicken in the whole bargain. Now you may ask, what are the different flavors that a parfait can be? Mangoes, of course, because mangoes are in season. It goes wonderfully well with a berry. Imagine raspberries, strawberries, cherries, cranberries, go all out and wide. Imagine citrus, oranges, pomelo, grapefruit, lemon, go all out and wide. Because mangoes are in season, of course, I'm going ahead with mangoes, but there's a whole big wide world in terms of flavors. Once the custard is thick and done, ensure that you scrape the sides and the bottom, and with this, of course, the flame. Let's transfer this in a deeper bowl, and you can refrigerate this, but allow it to come down to room temperature because it's a dessert. It eventually, of course, has to get frozen, but to move on to the next step, this has to cool down. So allow this to cool. A mango vanilla custard has cooled down. Time to fold this in with some whipped cream. Let's add this in. I'm not adding all of it, I'm just keeping a little aside so that I can use the custard also while assembling in the glass. The whole idea of this custard is to not make it clotted, not make it clumpy, make it nice and light so that when it gets folded, it still remains light. Do not over whip this or overbeat this or over mix this. Our parfait mixture is mixed and ready. Let's keep this aside. And the next step is the simplest of them all, is building it up in a glass. Let's do that. I'm going to take a dollop full and place it right at the bottom. Maybe a few spoonfuls. Now this is a complete artisanal method. You can build it up the way you want, layer it with some fruits, add in some mango pulp, add in some mango custard, and just keep building it up. Just ensure that it looks nice and pretty. After some custard, I'm adding in some fresh pomegranate kernels. Just add it towards the glass or towards the surface of the glass so that it's visible from the outside. Assembly-wise, some whipped cream, followed by custard, kiwi, black grapes. Just go all out and wide. If you can lay your hands on some fresh mangoes, of course, dices of those, and that's all that you need. Slices of fresh kiwi, followed with some black grapes, and along with this, slices of orange. The tops need to be flattened out, like so. Once this is done, a little more of the whipped cream. And with this, a little more of the custard, some fresh pomegranate, and last but not the least, fresh mint sprig. With this, your very good looking, gorgeous mango parfait is done and ready. Make this for your family, make this for your friends. More importantly, make this for yourself. Before adding in the sprig of mint, do not forget to freeze this, have it nice and chilled. Bye for now.